published 17:30 Eastern Standard Time, the 23rd of February 2018, updated 17:30 Eastern Standard Time, the 23rd of February 2018 for Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. This should be where it all starts. This is why City hired him. His first cup final appearance and, after that, a Premier League to win and a Champions League to fight for. This was, in part, the vision. Forget Wigan and an FA Cup tie lost amid fire and fury. Forget the long, hard days of last season when Guardiola seemed to find England and its football about as hospitable as a country pub with no fire on a cold day. No, for City and the much-feted coach, the future should really start here. They are favourites to beat Arsenal at Wembley on Sunday, though Arsene Wenger never goes to Wembley to lose. Pep Guardiola will be desperately hoping that Manchester City's bright future starts on Sunday, and beyond that, something special beckons if City's trajectory continues. Rarely has there been any kind of hegemony in English football, but it is not unheard of for one trophy to become a trickle and then a glut. In the first 20 years of the Premier League, Manchester United won the titles 13 times, including 3 in a row on 2 occasions. Liverpool, in the days of Division 1, won 10 in 15 years. Now Guardiola has an opportunity to make his own significant mark. His first season at Barcelona, 2008-09, brought him 3 trophies, and the first was a cup, the Copa del Rey. On Friday, Guardiola was not playing to the theme. A coach's inherent caution and perhaps even a little humility prevented it. Not even in Barcelona, when we won the first title in the Cup, did I expect to win 14 trophies in 4 years, said Guardiola. I'm more pragmatic than that. In football, it's a big mistake to think what might happen in the next 3 years. It's a big mistake for our heads. It makes no sense. City take on Arsenal in the highly anticipated Carabao Cup final on Sunday at Wembley. Guardiola's City side have been a dominant force in English football so far this season. When people asked about winning 4 trophies, I said we'll try. But the big teams have not been able to do that. The big Liverpools, the big Uniteds, the big Arsenals, the big Chelseas. So why should I think we can do it? We have a final now. Then in the Premier League we have 6 games to be champions. Then we'll see next year, and at the end of our time together, what we have done. It was interesting to listen to Guardiola on Friday and compare him with a year ago. Back then the Catalan appeared lost at times, and it wasn't just in public. The Guardiola that City were seeing was not always the one they had anticipated. The English game, its physicality, scheduling and occasional barbarism, seemed too much for him. Still, Guardiola has his moments. Last Monday at Wigan, he once again appeared set to be swept away by the tide, even if by on Friday he had reconciled himself to the defeat. City manager Guardiola has the opportunity to make his own significant mark in England. It's a shame, as the FA Cup is such a nice competition, he shrugged. But yes, Fabian Delph's tackle was a red card, on the whole, though Guardiola now seems to be in tune with his environment, and often the only obstacle to enduring success at City will be the self-imposed restrictions on his longevity. This week it emerged that he has invested in a Manchester restaurant, and City must hope that signals long-term commitment from a 47-year-old coach who left Barcelona after 4 seasons and Bayern Munich after 3. First, we have to win titles to give value to what we have done, added Guardiola, indicating a desire to focus only on the short term. In the beginning we said the same. That we would be judged on how many titles we win. In the 5 or 6 big clubs, it's always the same. How many do you win? Arsenal beat City 2-1 after extra time in the last meeting between the two teams at Wembley. Guardiola may face Arsenal without key players on Sunday. Raheem Sterling faces a fitness test on a muscular problem, while the game is likely to come a week too soon for the returning Gabriel Jesus. Their opponents will start as underdogs, but that will mean nothing. Arsenal are a ragged, unpredictable bunch with holes everywhere. Nevertheless, they are capable of producing bespoke performances for big games, as they showed in Downing City in last season's FA Cup semi-final, then beating Chelsea in the final. It will be intriguing to see Jack Wilshere back on the truly big stage, and he will occupy City's Fernandinho in what should be an important battle in the centre of the pitch. Elsewhere there will need to be performances from Mesut Ozil and centre-forward Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang if Arsenal are to have a chance. City are 27 points ahead of Sunday's opponents in the Premier League, and that tells us everything about both clubs' direction of travel. It is likely to be closer over 90 minutes at Wembley, and we would be glad of that. For it may not be long before Guardiola and his team leave the rest of us with nothing but the dust for company.